Soundstripe.
Hey, beautiful ladies. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the most compassionate, and the most loving. Assalamu alaikum. How are y'all doing today? I do hope all is well. As you already know, I am coming with that exclusiveness. Real life events, experiences that I have gone through to help you ladies overcome any challenges that is happening in your life. Or if you are looking for guidance, words of encouragement, to be inspired, and you are looking to shift your mind and shift your perspective and just elevate your life to the next level. Dare to be different is here for you. I'm going to touch bases on all of the things that you are looking for. I myself, I'm always looking for things that's going to better me personally overall. That's going to help me with my growth process. We're not out here just not taking care of ourselves. We are not out here living in a low vibrational mindset. We want to reach the highest versions of ourselves. We want to become the best versions of ourselves. So I present to you, of course, Dare to Be Different. By the help of Allah, He is the one that brought this forth to me to put out there for all you beautiful ladies. All women, no one is exempt. I ask that you please come with an open mind and an open heart to receive all that I have for you. It is not okay to walk around very closed minded. In fact, it really hinders your growth process. It hinders you from really seeing the reality, the essence of Allah. You think Allah is one way, but He is many different ways. He is this whole entire universe. We cannot be out here placing Allah inside of a box. That is something we must not do. We must not put ourselves inside of a box either. When you place yourself in a box, you are not able to grow. You are not able to think bigger. So I do challenge you to come up out of that box, come up out of your old ways, old habits, negative thinking, as well as old way of thinking, period. Come up higher and think bigger. Think much better of yourself because you do deserve better. You deserve everything that Allah has for you. Now, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Today's episode, I'm going to touch bases on battling being single and unnecessary, unwanted relationships. Now, wait, before I even dive into this episode, I must say, in my previous episode, I was letting you all know if nobody is there that you are in a relationship with or is around and they're not helping you grow, they're not motivating you to do better, they're not challenging your intellect, they're not leading you properly. I am speaking to the ladies. In full disclaimer, I'm not telling no Muslim woman or woman, period, who is married to leave their husband. That is definitely not what I am saying. As I've stated before, we are all uniquely different. We all interpret words differently. I just don't want my words to be interpreted and you start looking at your husband like all side-eyed it. I'm not here for none of that. We are here growing. We are here getting to the best versions of ourselves. We are here elevating. To my married Muslim sisters or non Muslims, you are going to have to take that up to Allah. You are going to have to take it up with God. If you are having challenges in your relationship and you are already married, you just have to take that up with Allah. You already know what to do. You are going to have to make dua. If you are having serious relationship issues, if something is bothering you in your relationship, you are just going to have to make dua. You already know to get on your prayer mat and make dua to the Most High, the Creator. You already know to take it up with Allah with anything we are doing in this life. You ladies are already locked in for life. I'm not saying to do something that's just irrational. What I'm saying is to take it up with Allah. Listen, your girl is not even out here married yet. I'm just saying, let me get married first before I'm able to give any marital advices. As that will come in a later time on Dare to Be Different. I need to go ahead and get married first. I already know what I'm going into that marriage for when that time becomes available for me. We have to know in our mind what we're getting into a marriage for. What is the whole reasoning for a covenant? The covenant is to bring two people together and form a union under Allah, to worship Allah together, fulfill a greater purpose. Everything is purpose driven. You have a purpose and he has a purpose. When two people come together, it forms the ultimate greater purpose. It forms a purpose of worshiping Allah and what you two are supposed to be doing in this earth together to build that empire, that legacy, to build wealth. It's for generations to come. It's for lineage. It's not about ourselves. Yes, the love in having someone is such a beautiful thing that Allah gives us. It is a beautiful thing. It is a blessing and a gift that Allah gives to all His creations. Alhamdulillah. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves to be treated with respect and kindness. Allah already decreed that. Allah already made it known that love is for everybody. It is a gift. With that being said, I want to get that out there before I went any further. For my single ladies out there, for the ones that are in a relationship and you are not married, listen, we have to love ourselves. We have to know ourselves, as I stated before in previous episodes. We cannot be out here settling just for anybody. Allah has somebody specifically for everybody. We must be patient. We must be humble. And in the time of us being patient and we're waiting on Allah to present us with a husband, there is work that needs to be done. We cannot be out here doing hasty things. When we're moving out of haste, we end up ruining things that Allah has already set up and orchestrated as well as ordained. There is somebody out there for you. We don't need to be out here putting ourselves out there. We don't need to be out here looking for nobody. I've already had my share of time. There is so much beauty in a true union, a marriage that Allah puts two people together to form this beautiful bond, to form this beautiful union, this covenant. Allah is very creative how He wants you to run into somebody that is for you. Allah will have it set up in a way that you could not even imagine. You probably already met the person that you're supposed to be with, and you have not recognized that yet. Some people meet on Facebook, some people meet on dating apps, some people meet going to the grocery store or just everyday outing in life. Next thing you know, you done ran into your husband. You just don't know where Allah is going to place two people at the right place and at the right time for you two to come together. There is a appointed time for that to happen specifically. But in the midst of us just waiting, in the midst of us just making du'as, prayers, and being specific about who we want as a husband, Allah already knows you. Allah already knows what you want. First of all, Allah already knows what you need first. Allah knows what you need and what you want. We must be patient and we must wait on Allah. We have to consistently work on ourselves, water ourselves, and become the best versions of ourselves. What we don't want to do is end up in a relationship and you bring in all of your toxic ways and bad habits and you just don't even know yourself. You don't have no ambition. You don't have no motivation. You don't even know what you want out of life. All of these key things are important before you end up in a marriage. A marriage is supposed to last forever. If Allah has orchestrated it and Allah brought you two together and you guys formed this union, this covenant that is supposed to be under Allah, if Allah is the one that did it, there is no way you are breaking up. No way there's a separation because that person is specifically for you to the T. Allah knows best. Allah is the best at planning. He is the best at putting two people together. Me, myself, no, I'm not married yet, but I am knowing that Allah already has someone for me. I'm already knowing that at the appointed time, me and that person is going to come together. I'm sure I probably already met him before along the journey, along my walk. I have an idea because Allah keeps presenting me this same person from along my walk, along my journey when I first moved out here to Texas. But I'm not even going to speak on that because it has not came into fruition. And if that person is for me or whoever Allah has for me and we are supposed to be together at the appointed time, Allah will make it happen. In the midst of me just waiting and being patient because I have done it before where I was on Facebook, I was utilizing the dating tool, and I'm just like, first of all, this is not even me. So I don't even know why I am preparing this profile and putting myself out there to be seen. I'm not even interested in creating no account, creating a profile because I know me and I know myself and I know my worth and I know my value. I know exactly what I deserve. Allah takes care of me like no other. Allah makes sure I have everything I need. Allah makes sure I am good in all areas of my life. I just don't want to end up with just anybody. I don't want to act out in haste and just choose somebody because I'm feeling lonely. I don't want to act out in haste and choose somebody because I'm bored. We are just going to have to come up out of all of that. We are going to have to get rid of that loneliness. We're going to have to get rid of that boredom and figure out what you love. Figure out what makes you happy. Figure out yourself to the T. Just continue to be into yourself until that time becomes available for you. You want to make sure you're rooted in yourself, rooted in Allah, first and foremost. Rooted so much in yourself and Allah that you just already know what to look for. You already know what your purpose is. You already know what you're supposed to be doing in this earth. You already know how you want to be treated and how you're supposed to be treated. All of these things are key. It's key before getting into any marriage. And this whole entire time, me being single, I've been single for almost a little bit over 4 years, and I'm completely okay with that. I'm okay with being single until Allah brings me and whoever is for me together. I'm okay with being single because I want to continue to take care of myself. That is so important to me, and it should be important to you as well. There's so many deceitful people out here. There is just so much negativity out here, and you just don't want to get caught up with the wrong person. You don't want to act out in haste. You just want to be so rooted in yourself and Allah and continue to take it up to Allah before you make any moves or decisions in your life. It is so important before you get into a marriage with someone potentially because you're going to be with that person forever. That person you are not going to be separated from. You're going to be locked in. And you want to make sure it's the right person. You want to be compatible. You want to make sure that person came specifically from Allah, and you will know it. You will know it in your heart. You will know it in your spirit. You will know it in your mind because you are making dua constantly. You're consistently getting confirmation from Allah. You are making sure to the T before it even happened. We are not to be out here just gazing at anybody, anyways. We want to be careful. We also want to be mindful of the decisions that we make pertaining to a relationship leading to marriage. The key components I want to touch bases on is if you are in a relationship and you are not married, listen. First of all, if that person is not treating you with respect, that person is not treating you how you're supposed to be treated, if you are not getting what you deserve, if you are not getting the motivation, that person is not motivating you or completely leading you correctly. Also, if he's not worshiping Allah, even if you are not, let's say, in a covenant with Allah, you have not given yourself to Allah and you're just in a simple relationship, period. That is just something you're going to have to work out when that time become available. But if Dare to Be Different found you, this is your moment to wake up. This is your moment to get yourself together. This is your moment to reevaluate your life and think about what you need to be doing as far as a woman, as far as a person. You don't want to be in a relationship that is just so low vibrational. You don't want to be in a relationship that is just no good. You don't want to be with somebody that is less deserving than what you deserve. One thing you don't want to do is cheat yourself out of a good thing. Good men deserves good women, and good women deserves good men. Allah has already decreed that. If you are reading your Quran, and even for my non-Muslims, if Dare to Be Different found you, you are being guided to Islam. One day I hope you pick up the Quran and read it for yourself. It's going to give you so much clarity. But in the midst of that, when that time comes for you, that's up to you to make that decision. It's just time to self-reflect and just realize some things that is just not aligned with your values, your character, your morals, what you want to do in this dunya, which means the world. What do you want to accomplish? Do you even have anything going on for yourself? Or you just steady living in this low vibrational relationship mindset and you're just constantly doing things that is just unnecessary. If somebody is not uplifting you, empowering you, motivating you, or feeding your brain, giving you knowledge and tools as well as resources, and he is just not leading you correctly, you got to think about it. What am I doing in this relationship? Why am I steady putting up with unnecessary things that I have no need to be doing? What am I doing with my life? Do I even want to go to school? Do I want to become something? Do I want a business? Do I want to be somebody for my future self? All of these key things are important. So in my previous episode, when I say it's time to let that go, that's really what I meant. It's time to let it go. If you are unmarried and you are in a low vibrational relationship and that person is not bringing you no value, that person is not bringing you any happiness, that person is not having no intentions on marrying you, it's time to let it go and level up from there. Sit back, self reflect, and get yourself together because that's the key thing in life. We want to be there for ourselves. We want to put ourselves first. Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. You deserve so much more than what you are putting up with. You never want to cheat yourself out of good things, whether that is a relationship leading to marriage, whether that's a good job opportunity, whether it's just opportunities, period. whether you want to go back to school, whether you want to further your education, whether you just want to reach the highest version of yourself. If you have somebody that's just lingering on, that person is just not doing you no good. Please let it go. Do yourself a favor and let it go and move forward from there. You will feel such a relief. You will feel so much better about yourself. Then from there, just think about the things you want to do in this world. Again, everything is purpose driven, as I stated before. Figure out your purpose. Submit yourself to Allah. I understand it might be a scary thing at first to fully submit, repent, and ask for forgiveness, but this is the best thing for every humankind. It is the best because Allah knows best. He knows each and every one of his creation. He created all of us. But if you don't know these things, and if you don't know this about yourself, or if you don't have any values, morals, good character, or self love, you're going to miss out on plenty of opportunities. There is plenty of opportunities out there tied to yourself, but you must sit down, self reflect on your present self right now. Right now is the time to do. Who is tied to you? What value is it bringing you? We are out here elevating. We are out here taking care of ourselves. We are out here practicing mindfulness. We are out here being compassionate to ourselves. All of these things matter. And again, if you are single, be patient. Do not worry about being in a relationship. That relationship potentially leading to marriage will come. Taking care of ourselves is just so important. Being closer to Allah is most important. Recognizing your behaviors, your bad habits, and just so much things about you is important. When you are by yourself, like me, I have been by myself for a little over 4 years, and I was spiritually awakened in 2021. When that happened in my life, things began to change. My mindset began to shift. I began to shift my perspective and really look at life and people for what it really is. I'm no longer out here about to be cheating myself out of any good things that Allah has for me. I deserve everything that Allah has for me. I deserve so much more than what I had in the past. There is no way I'm going back to anything negative. There is no way I'm going back to a low vibrational mindset. Being low vibrational is just not okay. You must come up higher. You must start to think higher. You must start to value yourself. You must know your worth. You are worth so much more than you can even fathom. Allah takes care of all of his creation in a way that is just best. It's better than anybody, any relationship, or anyone you come across. Being in a relationship with Allah, and when that time do come, because even me thinking about when I do have a husband, I get teary eyed. I get teary eyed because I really feel like, I'm not saying I'm breaking up with Allah, because that'll never happen. I'm just so in a deep relationship with Allah. The person that Allah has for me, which I know he is going to be top tier. He really has to be handpicked, which I know Allah already picked him out. He has to be really devoted to Allah and deeply firm rooted in Allah. And if he's not, I completely understand. We all have our challenges. I take it very serious, and you should take it very serious too. You should take your life in your priorities and prioritize yourself first before getting into a relationship that will lead to marriage. Again, if you are in a relationship and you are unmarried, just reevaluate that relationship. It does not take long for a man to know who he wants to marry and be with for the rest of his life. It does not take long. I don't care what nobody says. If he just got you hanging on and not bringing no value to you, no motivation, not helping you and not uplifting you, and you just don't know yourself, and that's probably the reason why you have not recognized your value, the potential, in that relationship that is just no good. It's just time to really reflect, self discovery is so important. All of my sisters out there that are married, you are locked in for life. All you need to do is make dua. Let Allah know what you are going through, what's happening in your relationship. Allah knows best. Allah knows everything. Allah is all hearing and Allah is all seeing. Tell Allah on your husband. You know how you have a child or if you have children and that child come to you and let you know that something is not right, or they're telling on their brothers or sisters. That's just the same scenario for Allah. You just need to let Allah know what is going on and consistently make dua, and things will work out for you. Things will get resolved. Look at yourself in the mirror as well. Self reflect on yourself and take accountability of your own actions. If you are taking full accountability of yourself and you are doing everything possible that you can for yourself first, and then the marriage, just take it to Allah, make dua, and things will work out for you. Before you even get married, you should have a mindset. Your mindset should be already set on what you're going into that marriage for. It is about ourselves, of course, and our needs as well as love. Allah has already established that gift for all humankind. Love is something so beautiful that Allah has given. We should be there for one another. The reason why a marriage is for two people, so that we can clothe one another, so that we can pour into one another and to be there for one another in a mighty way, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Besides that, it's purpose driven. Both of you have a purpose to fulfill on this earth together. The ultimate greater purpose comes up out of that marriage. It's about empire, legacy. It's about establishing, building generational wealth. It is deeper than what you know. Take it up to Allah, make dua, and it will work out for you. Don't beat yourself up. Don't stress out about what's going on. Allah sees everything, Allah knows everything, and Allah knows best. We are supposed to be treated with kindness, with respect and dignity, an endless amount of love. Allah gives out good compassion, good kindness, and good mercifulness. That person is supposed to be treating you exactly how Allah is treating you, if not better, but can't nobody top Allah, and that's just period. So I really wanted to bring forth this to you. I know being single opens up a door for loneliness, but that loneliness can be fulfilled with Allah. In the midst of being single, we need to continue to work on ourselves, figure out what we need to do to better ourselves, figuring out your purpose if you have not already done so. Don't worry about a relationship. Don't worry about what is going on the outside. Worry about you and getting closer to Allah. Worrying about elevating. Worry about reaching the highest version of yourself. It is so important. I'm going to say this again. You don't want to cheat yourself out of anything good that Allah has for you. Opportunities, a relationship potentially leading to marriage that Allah has already worked out for you. You just got to wait. You must be patient. We don't move on our time. We move on Allah's time. I'm not willing to make any dating apps. I'm not willing to meet that way. I'm not willing to act out in haste and just get in the way of what Allah is already doing. A few times when I was doing this, Allah had to check me. Like, are you not being patient? When I decided to get on the dating app, because I'm not being patient enough. Allah already has somebody for you. We don't have to be out here doing all these extracurriculum things. When I was on those dating apps, I was getting irritated by what I was looking at. I'm not desperate. I don't want to come off as if I'm desperate. So when I was looking at other people, well, men potentially, I was just like, oh no, ew. That's just what I was thinking. And I'm like, yeah, I'm had to reshift my focus. I am a high value type of woman. I know what type of woman I am. This is how you should be. You should be rooted in yourself, that you put yourself in a high value type of position. If you are a high value type of woman, you have to know it because you have done the work. You are doing the work. You've been purged out any unnecessary toxicness inside of you by Allah, any unnecessary bad habits or anything like that. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I just really know my worth. I know exactly what I deserve. And I know what type of man is going to be for me. And I know Allah has already handpicked that person for me. And I don't mind being patient. I want to continue to get closer to Allah. This is the best relationship by far I have ever been in. Can't nobody top the relationship I have with Allah. That's just period. You should be walking around doing the same thing. You should be walking around knowing that you deserve everything. You deserve a good man. You deserve great opportunities. But if you are in a low vibrational mindset, or if you don't know yourself, and you don't have any self respect or morals or good character, how would you even know? That's why I say it's time to take a step back and reevaluate yourself, reevaluate your environment, reevaluate who you are with. Sis, I'm just gonna be honest. Cut it off and run. You gonna have to run, Forrest, run. I'm being so serious. If you are not married and you are in a relationship that is just not good, it's not doing you no justice. You need to run, exit that relationship, and go and take care of yourself best way possible. Listen, Dare to Be Different is here. It's here for you to elevate. It's here for you to reach the highest version of yourself. It's here for you to challenge your beliefs. It's here for you to challenge your thinking, tackle all the things necessary for you to grow and for you to reach the highest version of you. I'm not here to encourage nobody to do anything that is just irrational. Have a mindset first before getting into a union. Know the reason why you're getting into that covenant before you enter into any relationship, and that is key. You must know yourself. You must have self respect. You must love yourself. You must know your purpose, what you're destined to do in this earth. First of all, develop a really great relationship with Allah, and He will never steer you wrong. He will tell you everything that you need to be doing. He will present to you all the resources, all the tools to better yourself. We are not out here chasing after nobody. We are not just trying to get into relationships when we're lonely. It's okay to be by yourself. Being by yourself, you will find out so much about yourself. You will discover yourself in ways that you couldn't have imagined. Some people are afraid to be alone, and some people are in relationships for attachment or abandonment issues. And that's just something you need to work out. I'm just here to tell you it is okay to be by yourself. It's really amazing to discover yourself in a mighty way when you are by yourself. You will never know things deep down inside of you if you are attached to somebody that is not helping you grow. You do deserve great quality things. You do deserve a high quality man, and that man is out there for you. It's already set in stone. Allah has already handpicked that person for you. You just have to be patient and be mindful and just take care of you in the midst of everything. Peace, love, and many blessings on all of you beautiful ladies. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Don't worry about nothing else. Allah knows best. Allah knows everything. It's time to elevate from here. It's time to reevaluate. It's time to self reflect and be mindful.